Hello friends, in this video I'm going to show you what is the optimum setting for WP Rocket. Those who are bloggers may know that the WP Rocket plugin is the best plugin if you want to optimize your website for speed. In 2020, speed is going to be a ranking factor for Google. Not directly but indirectly. If your website speed is slow, then your bounce rate will go high, and if your bounce rate is high, then your ranking will go down. So in this video I'm going to explain what is the best setting for WP Rocket, because if you do a wrong settings it might backfire. So I'm going to explain that in this video. Okay, for that let me go to my WordPress dashboard. Let me go to WordPress WP Rocket settings. So here in this dashboard, just keep it as it is because nothing you can do. Let me go to cache. Here you have to enable the cache for mobile devices, and if you want to have a separate cache file for the mobile devices, you can check on the other button. Now for user cache, like if you're the admin of the website, you can keep it on, but if you keep it on, whatever changes you are doing in the dashboard, it might not be reflected in the front end because you are caching for the logged in user. Okay, so I'll prefer to keep it no if you want to see the changes immediately. Okay, and for the cache lifespan I'll prefer to go at 10 hours, which is the default one. Don't change that unless you're not sure what you are doing. Personally, I don't change the settings which comes by default unless I'm pretty much sure that these changes may not affect my website. Alright, let's come to file optimization. Here I'll prefer to check all those options beneath HTML and combine Google font files and remove query strings. All these things will speed up your WordPress blog and your scores will be much higher. Coming to CSS, again I will check both the options. For the CSS delivery I'll keep it yes. For JavaScript, this is really important. If your website had a lot of plugins which is using JavaScript files, and if your website is having a lot of graphics, I mean if it is a complex website, then you have to verify that selecting these options won't break your website. For example, I have one Amazon affiliate website. So what happened to this website, that if I go for optimizing the JavaScript, it is breaking my website. So for this kind of website I'll keep it unchecked, but for a simple blog I'll check both the options. Okay, then default JavaScript you can keep it yes, so this will give a good score in GTmetrix or Pingdom tools. Coming to media, obviously that I'll go for lazy load because that is something really important. What is lazy load? Just to give an example, that in this website there could be about 50 images, right? Now if I scroll down, you can see while scrolling down these images are getting loaded, right? At the first time not all the images will be loading. When the user will be scrolling down, then those images will be loaded. So with lazy load, your website the file size will be very low and you might get a good speed. So always keep the lazy load on. The same thing for the YouTube iframes, because if your blog post has a YouTube video linked, then this will slow down the page. So in this case you can check this enable for iframes and videos. For this kind of emojis you can disable that with these options, and other things you can keep it as it is. Coming to WebP caching, if your website has a plugin which delivers WebP images, then you can click it. Yes, for my website I don't have that, so I keep it unchecked, but in case your website has that, you can check it. Coming to preload, you have to select both the options. If you do that, your website speed will be much faster. Coming to advanced roles, again, if you are not sure what you're doing, just keep it as it is, the by default one. Okay. Coming to database, I'll always go for the command cleanup, which is the smum command and trust command. I'll go for cleaning up the transit options, all those options, and obviously I'll clean up the database tables, and how frequently I'll go for weekly. So this is as per your requirement. If you want to clean a database periodically, you can click here, or if you don't want to change that, you can keep it as it is. But make sure, like, if you clean your database every week, then your website will be much faster. Okay. CDN, you can click here, yes, but if you're using Cloudflare, then you can uncheck that, because of Cloudflare they have a different settings. So Heartbeat API, I have made a different video on how to control Heartbeat API. So always you have to control the Heartbeat API. If you don't do this, it is going to increase your website speed. It is decreasing your website speed like anything. For example, like, my website is loading in 4.2 seconds, but after I control the heartbeat, it was loading in only 1 second. So Heartbeat API is really important, and you have to control that. So I have made one more video especially on this topic, so I'll give the link in the description. If you want, you can check that out. Coming to add-on, this is very important, the Google tracking. You have to click it on, because if you click it on, then all the analytics file will be stored locally in your WordPress folder, and that can be cached easily. So if you go to GT Matrix, you won't be seeing different JavaScript file for the Google tracking. Ideally, the Google tracking is taking a hell lot of time to load, and that is the reason it is consuming a lot of time in your website speed. So I'll always click it on. You can click on Varnish if you are using the Varnish cache in your web server. If no, then keep it off. Coming to Cloudflare, click it on, and in the modify option, you have to give the global API key, you have to give the account email ID, you have to get the zone ID. So I'll make a different video how to get all those data. Okay, and if the blogger, you might know how to get that, so you have to enter all those values here. Okay, coming to image optimization, for this reason you have to install this plugin, which is Imagify, and this is not a free plugin. You have to pay a certain amount of money every month. So if you want to spend money on optimization, then you can install this plugin. Okay, coming to import and export, if you want to import or some settings from some of the cache plugin, or if you want to export the settings, then you can do here. And that's a good option, that is called rollback. So if the new version of WP Rocket is getting some problem, then you can roll back to the previous version. Okay, so that's all, friends, I have in this video. I hope you got an idea what is the optimum settings for WP Rocket. If you have any question, if you have any query, then you can write in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer you. Thank you so much.